is a news show. Hello, interwebs. It is Wednesday, July 7th. Hey, I got it. You're, of course, watching the Philip DeFranco Show, a news show. I take that very seriously. And the first thing I want to talk about today is Rush Limbaugh. And rather than saying what he said, let's listen, shall we?
And that word payback, not mine, it was J. Christian Adams quoting some people in the Department of Justice, I think is exactly what I think when Obama looks at the country's payback time. I think that he's been raised, educated, and believes on his own that this country has been, as you know, immoral, unjust. It has stolen. It's unfairly large. It's an unjustifiable superpower. We have become as large as we are, not because of any uniqueness or exceptionalism or greatness, but because we've simply discriminated against the real people that made the country work, all the minorities and people around the world. We've stolen their resources. And now it's payback time. And that's what we're getting.
I look at the man and I stand in awe of someone that is just has that ability to shit from his mouth. It's amazing. It's awe-inspiring. And I'm not going to say race isn't an issue. Oh, it's one of the biggest issues on the planet. And I'm not going to say, shut the fuck up, Rush Limbaugh, because like my father said, you never tell a fool to shut his mouth, because every time he opens that shit trap, he once again proves the fool he is. But yeah, the president hates everyone. The president wants the country to fail. Most likely not even because he hates white people, which he does, but because he wants to be supreme overlord of the new United States. I thought that was common knowledge. Oh, Rush. The next thing I want to talk about is our douchebag of the day. That's right, Rush Limbaugh was not our douchebag of the day. It's a man by the name of Reverend Gray. Reverend Gray was loved by his community. He didn't even drive to parish. He walked, people thought he had cancer, helped the poor, and then on a routine audit, it turns out that he spent about $1 million on male prostitutes. And I know what you're thinking, but no, they're not underage. So kudos for that. I'm not even that angry at you. What a man and his $5,000 an hour Asian man whore do in their bedroom is their business. Unless, of course, you use the church's money. Which is once again the reason that I've never paid a tithe in my life. That and I'm a cheap bastard. And I haven't been to church in 15 years. Also turns out that the guy doesn't have cancer, and that he was really just a disgruntled employee. He said he always had the worst jobs. He only made $28,000 a year. Personally, I thought God would have paid better. I guess that shows you what I know. Next on the plate is Prince, who had an interview with the Daily Mail, and he said, the internet is dead, which sucks for me. I didn't even get a memo. The artist formerly known as Relevant said, the internet is dying quite the same way that MTV did, which would make sense if MTV didn't start going down the path that it's down because of the internet. I mean, why would I watch an hour-long show with Carson Daly and little girls that are screaming like, no. I watch my music videos where I do my work and I watch my pornography on my computer. And you can't fully hate Prince for thinking this. I mean, the guy's probably going out of his mind. He comes from a time where you could sell 1.4 million albums on the first day. Now if those are your complete album sales, that's a success. Plus his last album, what, it sold 6 copies? Planet Earth. And of course, last up today is Lindsey Lohan. Oh, Lindsey. Lindsey was sentenced to 90 days in jail for lots of things. Mostly doing bad stuff and then lying about it, blatantly. And I was watching it live and she started crying. And I felt bad for a second. And then I was like, oh wait, you were driving under the influence of cocaine, which is probably awesome, but also dangerous. Lindsey, as most of you know, is my dirty secret. I don't know why, I have a thing for crazy chicks. And a lot of people are making a big deal that she had fuck you written on her middle finger, which isn't a big deal to me, it just shows that Lindsey Lohan has the mind of an 8th grader. This'll show her. But Lindsey, I do hope you do not get mouth molested for 90 days. The lesbians in jail are a lot manlier than your ex-girlfriends, but I am sure they know how to work your DJ table just as well. But you really can't blame it all on Lindsey. I blame the parents, specifically Michael Lohan, who's being filmed and photographed by TMZ, and told them, I'm gonna call my daughter, tell her I'm drinking to make her jealous. This, of course, the same day that she was sentenced to 90 days in jail. Sometimes we just get fucked with who our parents are. Luckily for me, I looked at them and I was like, oh, that's what you're supposed to not do. Plus, I didn't start giving my parents money until I was 21, because that's what Lindsey became. She was an adorable little ATM machine. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. And really, if Michael Lohan was your dad, wouldn't you probably do drugs too? But guys, that's really all that mattered to me this Wednesday. I'm gonna work on some other stuff. But of course, remember, my name is Philip DeFranco, and you? Well, you've just been filled in. You're welcome. See you tomorrow. Swing